Today I want to share with you why it's so difficult to transition from informal language to formal language and vice versa. Typically, when you learn a second language, you know the formal aspects of the language because this is typically what grammar books and textbooks follow, so this is what you will be exposed to. What you won't be exposed to is the informal language. This is the language that we use in our day-to-day lives with family, with friends, with people that we are close to. Also in business contexts, we use a lot of informal language. There kind of becomes this marriage between informal and formal language. So they come together. They're two parts of the language. So if you only know one part, then it actually means that you are missing out massively on the other part, and you don't have that ability to switch between formal language and informal language, which will typically mean that if you're always speaking very formally, then people will always think you're very serious. Maybe they think that you are not able to let your hair down a little bit and relax and start using language that helps to connect with others. So it might seem strange at first when you're thinking about, okay, am I too formal sometimes? Am I too serious? Am I not speaking in a natural way? Typically, if you've only studied and practiced formal language, then it means that you probably haven't had much exposure and much time to develop your ability to speak in informal situations because, the exposure hasn't been high. But you can definitely bridge that gap through exposure, through developing your ability to understand how do people really connect and talk, especially in your target language, in your second language. So when you think about informal language, it's more about fun and connection. It's about, really getting to know people. It's about sharing ideas, opinions, whereas with the formal language, it's more about structure, order, control, because this is what we need when we are discussing things at the negotiation table. This is what we need in our stand-up meetings. This is what we need when we're discussing politics and certain things. But when it comes to informalness, then this is where we use certain vocabulary, certain adjectives, or certain adverbs that just really help us to kind of bring down that barrier of formality and to start connecting with each other a bit more too. Interestingly, expressions and idioms, they definitely can be used for both, so there's a lot of connection between formal and informal language, and what connects them can be similar, but the way that something is said is typically going to be different. Which that actually brings me on to my next point. If you're talking about the way of saying something, you probably heard the expression, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So that means that your gestures, your facial expression, your tone, your pronunciation of something, that is going to typically be the most important first foundation of when you're expressing